The Seattle Seahawks just locked up the number 1 seed in the NFC, but their quarterback isn't celebrating like you'd expect. Instead of chest-thumping after a dominant win, Sam Darnold stood at the podium and admitted something few top-seeded QBs ever say this time of year: he wasn't good enough. Welcome back to NFL SnapWire. Let's break it all down. The Seahawks' 13-3 victory over the San Francisco 49ers was supposed to be a coronation. 14 wins. NFC West champions. Home field advantage throughout the playoffs. The kind of moment franchises spend decades chasing. Yet even with Seattle sitting alone at the top of the NFC, Sam Darnold didn't sound satisfied, not even close. Instead of basking in the achievement, the 28-year-old quarterback did something that caught the attention of fans, analysts, and teammates alike. He took responsibility. Not for a loss. Not for a collapse. But for missed opportunities in a game his team won comfortably. "We've just got a resilient group, no matter what happens," Darnold said after the game. "But I feel like I missed a couple throws. I had guys open early. I feel like I could have just put the ball on them and let them score." That comment says a lot about where Darnold is right now, and why Week 18 might matter more for him than for any other quarterback in the league. On paper, Darnold's performance against San Francisco was rock solid. He completed 20 of 26 passes. He threw for 198 yards. No turnovers. No sacks. No panic. Seattle didn't ask him to be flashy. They asked him to be efficient, and he delivered. The Seahawks set the tone early with a physical opening drive that ended in a 27-yard touchdown run by Zach Charbonnet. From there, Seattle leaned into control football. Darnold stayed poised in the pocket, worked through his progressions, and kept the offense moving without forcing anything dangerous. When drives stalled, he still did his job, getting the offense into field goal range and letting Jason Myers do the rest. It wasn't explosive, but it was clean. And against a division rival like the 49ers, clean football wins games. San Francisco tried to heat him up with pressure, but Darnold consistently got the ball out on time. No sacks. No strip attempts. No desperation throws into coverage. It was exactly the type of performance a top-seeded team wants heading into January. And yet, Darnold knew it wasn't enough. This isn't just about one game. Sam Darnold is playing under a microscope, and he knows it. Despite Seattle's dominance, there's still skepticism surrounding him. Fair or not, his past continues to follow him. Last season, when the pressure peaked late in the year, Darnold struggled. He faltered down the stretch and again in the wild-card round. Those moments still shape the narrative around his career. That's why analyst Ryan Clark recently said Darnold faces more pressure than any quarterback entering Week 18. Not because Seattle needs the win. Not because the seeding is at risk. But because credibility is still on the line. For Sam Darnold, winning isn't enough anymore. He has to convince people how he wins. Every missed read. Every throw left slightly inside. Every receiver missed in the end zone. Those details matter now, because they're what separates game manager from franchise quarterback. What stood out most from Darnold's comments wasn't frustration, it was accountability. He didn't blame play calling. He didn't blame weather. He didn't blame protection. He looked inward. That mindset has resonated inside Seattle's locker room all season. Teammates consistently describe Darnold as steady, prepared, and self-aware, qualities that matter even more in the playoffs. The Seahawks don't need him to be Superman. They need him to be dependable. And so far, he's delivered exactly that. Still, Darnold is chasing more than wins. He's chasing trust, from fans, from analysts, and from decision-makers who will soon have to decide what his future in Seattle looks like. While the pressure continues to mount, Darnold's performance this season has already paid off, literally. With Saturday's win, Sam Darnold officially earned a $1 million bonus built into his Seahawks contract. Here's how it happened. During the game, Darnold crossed the 4,000-yard passing mark, triggering a $500,000 incentive. He also pushed his season completion percentage above 67.5%, unlocking another $500,000. Those incentives were finalized as Seattle clinched the number 1 seed and secured home field advantage throughout the NFC playoffs. In other words, this wasn't just a milestone night for the Seahawks, it was a career-defining financial moment for their quarterback. And yet, even with 7 figures secured, Darnold wasn't celebrating bonuses. He was replaying missed throws in his head. What makes the story even more intriguing is how narrowly Darnold missed earning another bonus. He entered the game needing to raise his season passer rating to 100 to unlock an additional incentive. When the final whistle blew, his rating sat at 97.92, agonizingly close. One more touchdown pass. One fewer incompletion. One cleaner red zone drive. That's all it would have taken. And those same margins are exactly what Darnold is focused on heading into the playoffs. Beyond the regular season incentives, his contract also includes bonuses tied to postseason success, including payouts for divisional round wins, an NFC championship victory, and a Super Bowl appearance. In short, every playoff snap still matters. Seattle's Week 18 victory didn't just secure the top seed, it earned them a first-round bye. Extra rest. Extra preparation. And the luxury of letting the postseason come to them. But for Sam Darnold, the work isn't done. This is the calm before the storm, and he knows it. Playoff defenses won't be forgiving. Missed throws won't be shrugged off. Red zone opportunities won't come easy. That's why Darnold's self-critique after a win might actually be the most encouraging sign for Seattle fans. He's not content. He's not complacent. And he's not hiding from expectations. For years, Sam Darnold was labeled a reclamation project. A talented quarterback who never quite lived up to his draft status. A player who flashed potential but struggled when the lights got bright. Now, he's leading the NFC's top seed. But this time feels different. Not because of stats. Not because of wins. But because of how he carries himself. Admitting mistakes after a victory. Holding himself accountable when the scoreboard says success. And understanding that January football demands perfection. That's the mindset of a quarterback who knows exactly what's at stake. The Seahawks may be sitting on top of the NFC, but Sam Darnold knows the real test is still ahead. The wins, the bonuses, and the accolades are nice, but trust is earned in the postseason. And for Darnold, every throw from here on out could redefine his career.